The Vaults basically was a pub. It was the back end of the hotel, but it was basically a community pub. I can't remember it being open. I must have... I shouldn't remember because my mother was working in the bar the day I was born. She was in that night. She was working in the bar, and I was born. She had to leave the bar because I was on my way. We never called it the Freemasons. It was always the Free, and but I can't remember it operating as a pub as such. I can recall coming into it, as I said, but that would have been about the height of it. But it was a brick building. There are several windows, and outside, on the other side of this sort of gully, if you like, were the toilets. They were outside toilets, and you had to cross this gully in order to get to the toilets. But the outside, it was interesting because I can actually remember the colour of the paintwork. It was painted. It was painted creamy colour on the top half, and then there was a sort of a cut-off point, and then it was a sort of almost a maroony colour, sort of pinky colour. It was an unusual sort of colour. Well, as far as I remember, this area here, where we are sitting, was the living accommodation. And then down that end was the cellar, which was at ground level, if I remember right. I don't think there was an actual cellar like there would be in most pubs. They would have all had an underground cellar with double flaps. And that's where you drop the beer down into it. It was mainly for the people in this area, really, rather than people that's staying in the hotel or anything. But I would imagine it was a separate unit as such. And then next door was Mr. Daniels' garage, which would have been probably where that bit is there, with the stages. That might have been Mr. Daniels' garage, the back of his butcher's shop.